Hello, my name is Bree and I'd like to welcome you to my channel, Breezy Banter, the place where I talk about the things I want to talk about. In today's video, I'm doing a continuation of the series that I have here on my channel where I discuss a specific perfume house and my experience with the perfumes that I tried, along with my experience ordering from the house itself. And that includes things like shipping times, if I had any issues and how they were resolved, etc. And my overall thoughts of the store. In today's video, I'm going to focus on Arcana Wildcraft, which is a very beloved and long-standing perfumery within the indie perfume world. And before we start, I'm just gonna mention right off the bat that I'm still getting used to my hair, and I think I'm probably gonna be playing with it a lot because I'm not like fully comfortable with it. So I apologize in advance for that. And more specifically, before we start, I want to just mention some of the things that I like when it comes to perfumes and the things that I don't like. So I've said before that my general preferences lean towards very feminine, very sweet scents, and in particular gourmand scents. So I tend to really enjoy notes such as vanilla, sugar, cotton candy, or lime. In terms of notes that are hit or miss, these include most fruit notes, a lot of florals, and musk. And then in terms of notes that I dislike, the more popular notes that I dislike include rose and pumpkin. And then I also tend to dislike anything that is or can be considered more masculine. So incense, wood, leather, those kind of notes. All of that to say, there are perfumes that have exactly what I like in them and I haven't enjoyed them, and then there are perfumes that always surprise me. So you never know what you're gonna get. So with that in mind, let's get started. I have my spreadsheet here of the perfumes that I ordered and my rating, the notes, and then my experience wearing it. So the first perfume that I tried, or the first one listed here, is B-Endorphins. I got a sample of this, I rated it 9 out of 10, and I do want to full size it. The notes are chocolate milk, salty popcorn, cold vanilla ice cream, peanut brittle, and a drizzle of caramel sauce. I said that the top notes were super chocolatey, but then it became a lot more fudgy, rich, sweet, etc. as the day wore on. This is probably my favorite chocolate scent I've tried. It was warm and comforting. I find chocolate notes are often more on the miss end of things for me, in that they're very rich, but they're not necessarily sweet per se. But this one kind of hit it out of the park in terms of balancing those two aspects. The next perfume that I have here is Black Sand, which I ended up selling before trying it because I smelled it in the bottle and I was virtually certain that I would not enjoy it. The notes are the richest amber resin, black coconut, coconut husks, and smoky vetiver. I said that this is way too something for me. There is zero sweetness in this scent and it is very dark. So I think I ordered this because the amber, the coconut, and 2 different coconut notes. And so in my mind, it was going to be like a really rich and sweet sort of beachy scent. And it wasn't that. It was just very earthy. It was still rich, but it was dark. And that's just not really my vibe. Next, I ordered Cascadian Mermaid, which I rated 6 out of 10, and I do not want to full size it. The notes are cannabis concentrate accord, uplifting grapefruit, cotton candy, Moroccan blue chamomile, vanilla laced sugar cane, warm rain, wild harvested spruce tips, and shimmery mermaid musk. I said that this scent is interesting. Reading the notes now, I get the grapefruit, vanilla, and floral notes. It seemed more vanilla forward when first applied, but the other notes really came through after being worn for a few hours. Next is the scent Fionnar, which I rated 1 out of 10. The notes are a luxe gourmand with delectable notes of vanilla creme pâtissière, plump vanilla beans, French vanilla, Mexican vanilla, Madagascan vanilla, Tahitian vanilla, cold white musk, and a dash of sheer clearwood. I said this was a scrubber. It reminded me of Green Girl, which is a very popular perfume from Poesi, which is another indie perfume shop. I said it was that awful pickle juice scent, no vanilla whatsoever. So this is really interesting because it's basically like all vanilla with a little musk, a little wood note, and like that's it. So I don't know how I didn't get vanilla out of it, but it was awful. Next is the scent Haint, which I rated 9 out of 10, and I do want to full size it. The notes are white musk, vanilla musk, Madagascar vanilla, sugarcane, and a faint trail of white pepper. I said the scent is definitely musky and vanilla-y. It's sweet and sexy, and in general, my vibe. The next scent is Isolde, or Isolde, I'm not sure the pronunciation. I rated it 7 out of 10, and I do not want to full size it. The notes are white chocolate, pale almond milk, delicate vanilla, cream, and a touch of sheer musk. I said this scent is very much white chocolate, nut, cream, and musk. It is especially nut/chocolate. It's fun, however, it's less sweet than what I normally go for. Next is Love, which I rated 8 out of 10, and I do want to full size. The notes are splendid, dazzling devotion. A breathtaking vanilla accord is accompanied by fresh cream, sugarcane, soft musk, and a pinch of tea leaves. I said this scent is difficult to explain. It's soft and sweet, but yet there's some richness. I had difficulty recognizing any of the notes, despite having quite a bit of familiarity with them. I kind of got vanilla with some musk and maybe a creamy milky note, but I don't think I would have got there on my own without reading the notes. Next I have Marshmallow Scatter, which I rated 8 out of 10, and I do want to full size this. The notes are dry vanilla musk, and light marshmallows are showered with pale pink sakura petals, tropical orange flowers, and Tahitian tiare blooms. I said the scent notes definitely match the description. It has quite a floral base to it that almost smells like roses, but not quite. The vanilla musk makes for a sweet and feminine scent. Next is Moon Queen, which I rated 7 out of 10, and I do not want to full size it. The notes are a luminous blend of cool vanilla creme, moonlight infused coconut water, rich coconut gelato, translucent silk woven with silver threads and softly beating wings. I said I put this on and immediately thought vanilla and coconut, and then I checked the notes and yep, it's as described. Next is Nacre, which I rated 6 out of 10, and I do not want to full size it. It's described as a mix of the prettiest vanilla with a plenitude of tropical white blossoms, pearl musk, a tiny hint of pineapple, and a quick squeeze of lime. I said the scent is very beachy/summery. The pineapple and lime come through, though with some slight white floral notes. Overall, I don't get much vanilla from it. Next is Nectar, which I rated 9 out of 10, and I do want to full size it. It's described as ripe, plump blackberries and creme de cassis with sheer, summery georgette, cold swirls of vanilla ice cream, a tuft of tender lamb's wool, and a field of softly blooming sunflowers on a nearby hillside. I said the scent is sweet and delicious. It is very summery and feminine. It definitely has honey, floral, and musky notes to it. Then there's Phoebus, which I rated 4 out of 10, and I do not want to full size it. The notes are smoked vanilla, sweet resins, red musk, marshmallow, and fiery wood smoke. I said that this scent is very smoky with a slightly sweet tinge. Next is Scailtin, which I rated 7 out of 10, but I ended up selling it. The notes are fresh milk and silky cream are heated and gently whipped with confectionery sugar, warmly spiced honey, reunion, island vanilla beans, sweet tonka, Irish whiskey, grated nutmeg, and a bit of butter. I said I originally thought that this smelled weird and I couldn't quite place my nose on what the notes were. When I reread the description, everything fell into place and I liked it a bit more. The disconnect between smelling it and not being able to tell what it was really off-putting. It's a nice milky honey scent with a light sweetness to it. Next is Seduce, which I rated 5 out of 10, and I do not want to full size. The notes are cafe au lait, delicate neroli, dark crimson musk, oven toasted brioche, Mexican vanilla, crystalline chunks of rich amber, vintage patchouli, and smooth sandalwood. I said the scent is very deep and dark, but rounded out by the vanilla and amber. It is slightly sweet. Then there's the scent Snow Witch Sleigh, which I rated 8 out of 10, and I do want to full size. The notes are a twinkling, sugar-encrusted blend of fluffy pink candy floss, creamy Madagascar vanilla, frozen coconut husk, and a single bright red cherry. I said the scent is sweet and fun and girly and delicious. It is grounded ever so slightly by the coconut husk, but overall it smells like a really rich Christmas cookie. Then there's the scent Sugar, which I rated 6 out of 10, and I do not want to full size it. The notes are French vanilla ice cream, sweet cardamom, a tincture of Pacific sea salt, dark Tahitian vanilla, and wild harvested pine sap. I said I definitely get pine from this and then some smokiness too. I was expecting it to be sweeter than it is. It's more dark and mysterious. Then there's the scent Tart, which I rated 7 out of 10, and I do not want to full size it. The notes are sweet lemon cakes, fluffy coconut frosting, and a dash of bergamot. I said this is definitely tarty. This scent has very strong lemon notes mixed with some freshness and sweetness. I don't get any coconut from it. Next is the scent Trust, which I rated 7 out of 10, and I do not want to full size it. The notes are lavender scented kulfi, ruffled red carnations, precious French cognac, ribbons of melted caramel, white amber, fluffy vanilla, clove bud, and brown sugar. I said that the scent is nice and warm. The cognac makes it a little too rich for my general taste. Then there's the Perfume Finger Ballet, which I rated 8 out of 10, and I do not want to full size it. I'll just briefly mention that this perfume is probably one of their biggest sellers. I feel like I always see people talking about it. The notes are a delicate blend of French vanilla creme, white amber, sugared vanilla beans, caramel, and the smallest dab of opium. I said the scent is deep, rich, and sweet. It almost smells like vanilla being steeped somewhere in the Middle East, like there's a heat and humidity to it. It's as described. I said I want to pick up another sample of it if it comes across my path, but I probably don't need to full size it. And then lastly, there's the scent, which is Cavort with Cupcakes, which I again sold before I tried it. Or no, I tried it once because the notes are pumpkin spice cupcakes are smothered in gobs of cream cheese frosting. And I believe that this irritated my skin when I tried it. And one thing that I'll mention is that Arcana Wildcraft was definitely one of the houses that I ordered from earlier on when I started getting into indie perfumes. And so in my head, I knew that I liked gourmand scents, but I didn't have a sense of which gourmand scents. And so a lot of the ones that I tried and didn't enjoy were ones that I just wasn't aware yet that I didn't really like. Like this one had pumpkin, and I know now that I don't tend to enjoy pumpkin scents. So I wouldn't go back and order it, but I know that now, given that I've tried a few scents that have pumpkin. So those are all of the scents that I've tried from Arcana Wildcraft. There are 6 here that I want to full size and 1 that I would like to get another sample of, which isn't bad because there are 20 that I tried. So that's 30% that I would like to full size, which is like pretty high, I think, especially given, as I said, like I tried this earlier on. I feel like now if I buy samples, I'm much more likely to want to full size them because I just have a much better sense of that which I enjoy, and I have a lot more familiarity with specific houses as well. So given that this was so early in my journey, I feel like 30% is actually quite high. One thing that I'll mention is Arcana is, I'm not entirely sure exactly how the business works, but it's kind of split up into two different companies. I already have a video here on my channel that talks about Arcana Craves, which is like the other kind of half to their company. And Arcana Craves focuses a lot more on, I'll say in general, like food notes. They have a lot of, they basically like blend 2 different notes, or 2 different perfumes together, but it is separate from Arcana Wildcraft, so that's just something to keep in mind if you're confused. If you like look up Arcana Wildcraft and you happen to get to like an Arcana Craves website, know that they're related, but they are, like, my understanding is that they're separate companies. In terms of who I think Arcana Wildcraft would be good for, I think what I tended to dislike the most about their scents was they were often not as sweet as I wanted them to be. So that being said, a lot of their scents have like vanilla, sugar, chocolate, etc. as notes. So I think if you enjoy scents that have a bit of sweetness to them, or gourmand scents that aren't 100% sugar, for example, I think this would be a really good option. Also, I already know that I don't tend to enjoy a lot of like woodsy notes, but they have quite a few perfumes that I haven't tried, but I expect that they would be lovely for people that are into them. They take a lot of inspiration from like the Pacific Northwest. So whatever you kind of associate in terms of environment and atmosphere with the Pacific Northwest, I think really comes through from their general catalog. Of course, they have many more than what I've described here, and I would say the ones that I have here aren't really representative of their general catalog. So that's also something to keep in mind. I also think that they have like, because they don't tend to lean into the sweetness as much, I think they have a lot of androgynous perfumes and perfumes that might be more appealing to men. Of course, you can wear what you want to wear, but I think they have scents that one might more closely associate with men. Another thing to mention is that I saw, it was either yesterday or the day before, that they will no longer be offering international shipping, including to Canada, which is pretty frustrating as a currently Canadian customer. I am moving to the US within the next couple of years, but it's always frustrating when there's just an option. It's already so expensive to buy things from Canada, given the exchange rate being what it is, as well as shipping costs just being like, it's not uncommon for it, even if you buy like one perfume from somewhere, it might cost like 20 to 25 US dollars to ship it to Canada, which is like 30 Canadian dollars, right? And that just adds up. That said, I always want to like have that option. So the fact that they're discontinuing it is pretty disappointing. They didn't give any reason as to why that's the case, so I can only speculate, but that is something to just keep in mind. I'm sure there will be decanters and whatnot that you'll be able to get perfumes from this house from if you are outside of the US, but going forward, that is what you will have to do if you're outside of the US. Then in terms of shipping, so I've only ordered from them one time. I ordered on February 25th and it shipped on February 28th. And their stated turnaround time is 10 business days, so well within that. And I think Arcana Wildcraft is known for having like a very, they adhere to their stated turnaround time. Like they said 10 business days, but it's not uncommon that they ship within like 2 or 3 perhaps. Two other things worth mentioning is that they do offer samples on their website. So you can buy 5 ml bottles or 1 ml samples. And again, as a customer, I always appreciate having the ability to purchase samples. That's generally my preference, unless I know that I already really like the scent. And they also offer things besides just perfume. So I haven't tried their other items, but they do sell scrubs and butters, like body butters. I don't think that they're actually made by Arcana. I think they're partnering with another company in order to be able to sell them. So I haven't tried them. I can't vouch for them or anything. But if that is something that you're interested in, like getting a perfume and a body butter at the same time, this might be an option worth checking. So I think that's all that I have to share about this particular perfume house. If you've tried anything from them and you love what you've tried and you think I might be interested in it based on what I described liking, please let me know, because I'm always interested in trying new perfumes from indie shops. And before you go, if you enjoyed this content, I would really appreciate it if you liked, commented, and subscribed to my channel. And before I go, I'll take a minute to thank you for taking time out of your day to spend watching this video. It really means a lot to me. Thank you. Bye.